It's Xplorenollywood. I'm back on your I just had to bust the rhyme. As in, before the year ends, I'm going to rap. I'm going to write something down relating to Nollywood, the film industry, and just rap on this. This beat is like dope. Yeah. Now, Xplorenollywood is on your dial once again. We're in December, fantastic year. The parties are rolling in. 2017 has been fantastic. And I'm here to share news and information regarding the Nigerian film industry, aka Nollywood, and arts in general. Today, like I've obviously publicized on my Instagram handles, I have one of the greats of the industry in the studio with me. I have CJ Obasi, also known as Fiery. Is it Fiery Obasi? Also known as Chukwudi Joseph Obasi. Yes. He's in the studio. CJ made his debut feature, a zero-budget film, Ojuju, which premiered at the prestigious African International Film Festival, AFRIF, in November 2014, where it also won the award for Best Nigerian Film. Now, Ojuju went on to screen in various festivals around the world, and in 2015, he won the Trailblazer of the Year award at the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. Now, if you don't know about the Trailblazer Awards, people like Kemi Lala Akindoju and Sumkele Idia Hammer has also won that award. So CJ seems to be like the only guy in the time that has won that Trailblazer Awards, because there have been women. So CJ's sophomore effort, Old Town, a crime thriller, premiered at the 2015 African International Film Festival and has been nominated 3 times and won twice in achievements in soundtrack. It also it won Best Director at the Lake City Film Festival in 2016. So CJ is in pre-production for Mami Water. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that
yes.
okay? That's updated. Okay. A female-driven revenge thriller based on the popular mermaid entity of Western Africa, Otokoto. I got that right? People been accusing me the look like if he has started. Otokoto, a factual drama based on the ritual murders that culminated to the mob riot in 1996 in Owerri, as well as the Genevieve Nnaji novel adaptation Lionheart. Yeah, so you worked on that one.
No, I didn't work on that.
You didn't direct it?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God! But it was all over the internet though that you were directing that movie.
Yeah, it was, but that didn't.
So you
work
came.
out.
Oh wow! Okay, I should have asked though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Okay.
I did write the what do you call it? Like a revised version of the script.
Okay.
And then I was supposed to direct that revised version of the script.
Okay.
But things just didn't work out with creatively and stuff with myself and Genevieve, and we just parted ways.
Oh my God, it sounds like juice and news for us. More information coming soon. But we do know you're in pre-production for Mami Water Water as well as Otokoto.
And post-production for Halo Rain.
Oh, okay, cool. So CJ is in the studio with me. CJ is an award-winning director. If you didn't hear me when I said that, award-winning director. He's in the studio. If you want to talk to CJ, you can call us on 0700-923-923-923, or you can send the WhatsApp message on 081-731-36193. Award-winning director CJ Obasi is in the studio. So if you want to ask any of the questions or any of your questions as it relates to the Nigerian film industry, here's your chance. He's young. He's an encyclopedia of directing, and he's here to take us through. I always say that. I always say that, but he's here to take us through the many, not just challenges, but good things that happen in the Nigerian film industry. So let's just get into it. Ojuju was your first movie-making experience.
Official.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your official.
Because, like as a filmmaker, you dabble into
other things.
So many, like, projects and shoots that never really come out, so they become sort of like your film school, so to speak.
Okay.
So but Ojuju was the first film I put out.
Okay, so just give us like a brief summary of how that changed your life, because I even read that it was low budget, so it's not like
it's a zero budget.
Zero budget, not even low budget.
And that is not a gimmick. A lot of people, you use that, especially as you know, maybe like a marketing tool or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it's in every sense of the word zero budget film, because when we went in to make the film, when I had the script written, it read as a zombie film, right? So every single person that we approached to fund the film, like, the Nigerian zombie film, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? So nobody wanted to fund that because it was, you know, it's a risky venture and there was no precedence for it.
Yeah.
So, but we realized that at that point, you know, I had just come to Lagos, you know, like your typical, I just come Lagos, you know, so I had come to Lagos, so it was either, you know, do something
or go
home. Or go home. You know? So luckily at the time, I had met a person who is now my wife, but you know, at the time she was my producer. And
she's in the studio, people. She'll be in the shot later, but she's in the studio.
So we decided that it's either we do this, find a way to get it done, or not. You know, so that was pretty much how the film happened. So we pulled in all the resources that we had available to us, human resources mostly. Some of the people who were like, they were in the industry, plugged into the industry, and who were working in different capacities, either as, you know, like in the technical or as actors and stuff, but people who wanted to like sort of like take their career to the next level, but they didn't have the opportunity to work on like projects that really pushed the envelope. So but the thing was, you know, I was a first-time filmmaker, first-time feature filmmaker, and they took that chance on me. You know, and that was, you know, it was really unprecedented, and I still feel very grateful, you know, for that opportunity, because I mean, like, you know, you see a guy who just straight from Owerri in Lagos, and he's here to make a film, and like, and you give him that opportunity, and you know, and it's something I don't take for granted. Okay,
awesome. So, do you have any theme behind your work? So there's the Ojuju, and then there's the Mami Water, and then there's what we're talking about again, Otokoto. Is there something behind the themes that you're like, Nigerian zombie movie, and then you have something that is talking about the female-driven revenge thriller based on the popular mermaid entity? You have Otokoto, which is a factual drama of ritual murders. Is there some sort of theme behind what you're doing? What kinds of questions are you trying to answer with your productions?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you're a filmmaker, you're not trying to say something, then I don't think you can be an effective filmmaker if you're not trying to say something with, you know, like your cinema language. Your film has to be about something. Like ultimately, I want to entertain people. You know, like that's my.
But it seems like you're geared towards.
But well, not really. I think I do tackle dark material, but that's not what I'm interested in as a filmmaker. I mean, like obviously, you know, there are themes that do explore, like, for example, like with Ojuju. Ojuju was actually a comedy. I mean, a lot of people see it as, you know, like it's a horror film, but it's actually a dark comedy. It's, you know, it's supposed to be funny. You know, that was the whole idea. It was about, you know, taking this whole ideology of, you know, the zombie pop culture and localizing it within the Nigerian context. And how do like people in the slums relate to a situation where, you know, they for example, their only source of water gets contaminated, and how do they react to that? So you find that in the entire film, Ojuju, there's no reference to even the word. Nobody uses the word zombie in the entire film. You know, so a lot of people watch them because that's like the only thing. You know, they think of immediately The Walking Dead, or they think of like Resident Evil. So there's he's doing the Nigerian Walking Dead, or he's doing the Nigerian. But no, you know, it's just, you know, like you take a popular pop culture and you localize it, like you say.
You make it our own.
In this environment, we know for a fact 70 million Nigerians don't have access to clean drinking water.
True.
Right?
Correct.
And this is as a result of like constant toxic, you know, chemicals being dumped into our water bodies. And this has been taken on for decades. And nobody is saying anything about it. Right? And there's no scientific research to even say, okay, like what would be the outcome like in 10, 15 years, or 50 years from now. You know, like, so like I'm thinking like if something was to result from this situation, like who would be the first to be hit? And you're looking at Lagos. You know, Lagos is surrounded by slums all over. It would be those guys. But you know, the funny thing, it wouldn't end there because, you know, from the slums, it would spread out to the city and everybody else would be hit. So that was, Ojuju was essentially a story that was, you know, addressing that, you know, that scenario.
Okay. Now that you put it into perspective, I think most of our zombie movies that we're even used to always start from something has happened, something has gone out of proportion, something they just let, you know what, we'll deal with it at some other time.
Exactly.
Just gets to one point and say, you know what, if you don't deal with it now, this is what is happening. So exactly. I get, and Ojuju is currently on YouTube, isn't it? Is it?
No, it's
okay.
It's on a streaming site called Quelly TV. You have to pay to, you know, watch it. But yeah, I mean,
but
you all gotta eat. You all gotta eat. Yeah, you have to pay. It's on a streaming website. I don't believe in like putting a feature film, like just putting it out on YouTube. Unless maybe if I had like 1 million subscribers, maybe I can do that. Then that would make sense.
It's food for thought.
Yeah, well, just for me.
Okay, that's interesting. So what would you like to do in filmmaking that you haven't done yet?
Oh, there's so many things I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Like I see my career.
But you have achieved so much, though.
Well,
as in, especially in the short time.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you put it that way, because you know, essentially, you would say that my first film was shot in 2013, but released in 2014. So that's essentially 3 years in the game. Yeah. You know. So, but the way I see it is, I've always seen myself as a filmmaker, like all my life, you know, like my whole life, I've always, even when I wasn't making films, I was making films in my head, you know, so like, I never really counted that way. But yeah, I mean, like officially, or rather professionally, I would say I've been in the game, you know, for 3 years. And in terms of like what I haven't done yet, so many things, which is one of the reasons why I try to like not regurgitate myself, so to speak. So every single work, you know, has its own challenge and its own sort of like
something that makes it
path,
unique.
you know, like path. Like with Ojuju, it was about telling that kind of story. With Old Town, it was about like with Ojuju. First of all, yes, I was paying homage to the things that existed before, which is like the zombie subgenre and everything. But, you know, it was, like I said, it was about localizing it, which is why you don't see the word Ojuju used anywhere. But, you know, there are a lot of things growing up as a filmmaker that influenced me, you know, like the George Romero classics, you know, Night of the Living Dead, you know, 1968. You know, those are the films that I grew up watching. You know, so for me, it was about taking those popular genre tropes, but contextualizing it within, you know, Nigeria. And so those are the kind of things that interest me. Like, how do I tell Nigerian stories or that have global appeal, that have like an internet, using cinema language in a way that speaks to not just Nigeria, but to anyone? Because like, think about it, like when people are making films in Hollywood, they don't think we're making films only in Nigeria. When people are making films in India, they don't think we're making only films for Indians, which is why we watch Indian films and we like it. We watch Korean films and we like it. Yeah, we watch, you know, Hollywood films and we like it. But only in Nigeria, where, you know, when you're making a film, they tell you, you know, you have to make it only for Nigeria, you know, which is, I find very amusing.
Okay, is it just amusing though? Anyway, before I go into
it because
I'm like,